back. It's obviously another day. I had all intentions of installing this Mr. Cool unit in. There's still some items that I need before I do the install that haven't arrived yet. So while I'm waiting on those, I'm going to go ahead and switch gears and go to start leveling out this floor a little bit. I have a planer that I'm going to be using to smooth out some of the gaps where the high and low spots are, just to make things more level for the vinyl plank flooring that I'll be putting down. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that and make some noise. That's why I have these. Get some of this stuff cleared out of the way so I can get it done right quick, and let's just get right into it. What do you say? I got all the high spots evened out with the low spots. And there weren't very many, and they weren't really that large of an issue, but enough that it probably would have aggravated me at some point after all the flooring was down. Just remember, when you're using one of those things, the planers, make sure your screws are at a decent depth so that when you go over them, you're not ruining your blade and you're just not hitting the screws or anything. But other than that, it's good to go. There's nothing left to do now except to go ahead and start laying out the flooring. And I got this stuff right here. It is what is this? Style Selections from Lowe's. I couldn't tell you whether that's good or bad. Decent reviews. It's what I'm using. It's waterproof, and it has the underside, the under parts already attached, so I'm not going to have to worry about that. The name escapes me at the moment, so it's just the underside. The underside is there already, so that's just how it's going to be. And from here, you always want to start with all of your connectors, lips, whatever you want to call them, facing towards you, and you want to put the non-lip side, or whatever you want to call it, to the left. You want to start on the left and work your way over. So that's what I'm going to do, to the left, I'm going to start everything over onto the left, and yeah. Why don't we just look at it? Just need to get going, right? Let's get to it. Oh, and one more thing. Have a few boxes open, ready to go. Mix and match. Pull some out of each one. That way you make sure you get an even row and not too many matching up with the same pattern. So, yeah. That's one tip. You probably already know this stuff, right? figured out my pattern, and I figured out a nice flow. I guess I got that done in a decent amount of time. I really don't know. Compared to anything else, I've never done this before either. But I think that's a good start. That's a good base for tonight. I'll have plenty of more time tomorrow to at least get a bunch more of this done. So I'm going to stop there for tonight, and I will see y'all tomorrow. I feel like there was something else I needed to say, but I can't think of it at the moment. But yeah, anyway, that did pretty good. Oh, I tried to randomize these planks out as much as I could, open in several different boxes, although I did find a couple matching boards side by side here. I should have paid more attention, but they are like opposite each other, so you really can't tell unless you're really looking at it. So that's okay. All of the joints are staggered pretty good, but yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all tomorrow, and I'm gonna go get some rest. So it's the next day. Got plenty of time to waste today, so I can spend a lot of that out here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do another row right quick. And when I get to the end, I'm gonna show you how I cut out, well, measure for that final little bit. I don't waste my time with a tape measure, and I'll show you an easier way to do that when I get that far. And you can see what I do. I trim any little bits. I'm going to try not to have a lot of waste. I'll just reuse those pieces at the next end. And I think that should help prevent a lot of waste in getting this all down. I've got a lot of trash anyway, so the less trash I have to take off to the dump, the better. So I'm going to go ahead and start laying out this row. Then when we get down here, blah, 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 yada, yada. On these last pieces to go in on the opposite side, this is how the board would normally be set to where your grooves would be able to lock in on this side. And you would think you would probably want to make a cut here, but you don't want to do that because then it would ruin your next line down at the end once you use this piece as your extra to go ahead and start at the opposite side. So what you want to do is turn it around to where it is backwards. Just line it up to where you already have laid down. Instead of going through all the things of trying to measure it out and all that stuff, just go ahead and use a pencil or marker or whatever you have, and use my blade just enough to nick the end, to mark it good enough to where I can see that and take it out to the saw and cut it. That way, when I come back out, this will be a nice piece that will fit in here once it's flipped back this way, and I'll have this piece to set down there in which this will still be able to lock in with the next row and so on. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to that. So as you can see, it's been cut. This will be the side that's going in here, and this will be used to start the next line at the other side. Eliminates a lot of waste, and hopefully I'll have enough left over to do the job. So I'm going to go ahead and slap this one in, and then I'll start down there at the end. But while I'm doing all that, I'm going to be turning the phone off. Not just because I didn't want, I would like you to see this part, but I'm actually running out of battery on my phone, so I'm going to go ahead and let it charge a little bit. And as it charges, I'm going to be working on this, and then I'll bring you back maybe about halfway through, so we can see where we're at. So you can tell progress has been made today. This isn't going to be a stopping point. The phone is finally charged up enough so you can see my progress, and you can follow me a little bit along the rest of the way, or some of the way, or however long the power lasts, I reckon. I'm getting to a point now. Oh God, I said again. Anyway, I'm getting to a point now where I'm getting close to all the junk that I have over here. And I'm going to continue on until I get a few more boards up, and then I'm going to have to relocate a lot of this mess. So, stick around as I continue. So there we go. It's done. Took 2 days, roughly 2 days. We've made it a long way. I've only got a couple things left to do. Got to get this Mr. Cool unit installed, get the trim up, and the ceiling fan. That's it. We can call it done on the interior for a while. So, I'll probably continue working later today, maybe get started on that Mr. Cool mini split. There's still a couple other things that haven't come in that are supposed to be arriving today, depending on when they come in. I may be able to get started. So with that, that's going to be it for this one. Appreciate y'all sticking around, and I'll see y'all in the next one.